Hello, everyone. This is Dr. Debra. And today I've got a special kind of podcast. I'm going to talk to you about my 25 founding leaders because this is a new program that I'm getting going. And I want you guys to be the first to hear about it. And if you're interested, we can talk. It's totally free. Today, I want to go deeper. I want to talk to you about something that's really, really close to my heart. I'm creating a community where people feel seen, encouraged, connected to one another, and we will have some amazing, meaningful opportunities to grow together. I'm actually looking for, well, I say 25, but I actually have my first sign up, so 24 people who do not simply want to watch something develop from the sidelines. I'm looking for people who want to help shape the future. That is what makes a founding member different from just a member in a group. You are not coming in after everything has already been decided. You are actually helping to develop the influence and direction of this organization. Your experiences matter. Your ideas matter. Your voice matters. And the possibilities we create together will be greater than anything one person could build alone. We may rediscover values of our own voice. The first thing that may change is how you see yourself. Many talented people have spent years supporting everyone else but themselves. They have raised families, built businesses, served communities, and yet sometimes they get lost along the way. They have somehow stopped asking questions like, what do I want to create? What do I still have to offer? And what can my experience bring that can make a difference to the world? Sometimes people do not need another course. They need to be surrounded by people who remind them that their knowledge, their expertise, their experience and voice still tremendously matter, and it is filled with value. As a founding leader, you will have a place to share what you know with other people. You'll be invited to contribute ideas, participate in conversations, and help others think about what human leadership needs to look like in the rapid changing world. You will not be expected to sit quietly and simply agree with everyone. I want your perspective. I want your questions. I really, really want the wisdom that has come from the life you lived. Joined together, our perspectives can change the world. Your voice will not be an extra feature of this community. Your voice will be an active part of its foundation. You will not have to grow alone. Leadership can be lonely. Being out there in the world can be very lonely. When we need to build human connection, when you are the person others depend on particularly, and that's a lot of women out there and men, people sometimes assume that you have everything figured out, that you got it all together, that you know all the answers. But we know that's not true. We all need encouragement. We all need building up. We all need a place that we can feel secure to ask questions of each other. We need people we can call when we are considering a big idea, a new path. We need a place to discuss challenges without feeling judged. We need relationships with people who understand what it means to build something powerful, take and make some difficult decisions, or step into a new chapter. And that is why connection will be such an important part of this group. Through our founding leader roundtable, monthly Ask Debra conversations, special presentations, and ongoing opportunities to connect in many different venues, retreats, conferences, just online, talking monthly, you'll become a part of a community of people who want to see one another succeed. Imagine having a new idea and knowing there are people you can share it with, get their opinions and help. Imagine meeting someone who has knowledge, resource, or a connection that you need, that you've been missing. I'll also be bringing in specialized people who can give you help in areas that you need. Imagine being able to say, you know what, I'm thinking about the next step, and having people around you respond. Let us help you figure it out. One conversation can change the direction of your life, your business, and your community. One introduction can create an opportunity. One encouragement can be the power that and the light that lights your way to the right answers. You could discover new opportunities. I also want this group to become a place where opportunities are created and shared. Some founding leaders may want to grow their own businesses. Some may want to speak, teach, write, consult, mentor, or lead. Others may be entering a new season of their life and asking, wow, what is next for me? You see, you may have the expertise that another member needs. You could actually end up meeting someone else's needs exactly with the service that you have to offer and the knowledge. You may be invited to contribute to a program, participate in another event, lead a discussion, or appear in a podcast, or share your work with an entirely new audience. When appropriate, I also want to spotlight founding members. I recognize knowledge, businesses, causes, and work represented within our community. I cannot promise that joining will automatically bring new clients, income, or specific opportunity, but what I can promise is that I intend to create an environment where relationships can grow, ideas can be shared, and opportunities can be discovered. There's an enormous difference between trying to grow alone and growing in a room with people who actually know your name, understand what you do, and want to see you succeed. You will strengthen your human leadership advantage by living through one of the greatest periods of change in modern history. This is the time we are all living in. Artificial intelligence is changing the way we work, communicate, make decisions, and run our organizations. But technology alone cannot determine our future and what it will become. Our human side will. And the people who thrive will be those who can think clearly, communicate with courage, build trust, regulate themselves under pressure, and help others navigate uncertainty. These are not soft skills. They are actually our leadership advantage. Inside this community, you will continue to develop those qualities, not only through training, but through conversation, reflection, practice, relationships, retreats. You may become more confident speaking about your ideas. You may learn to make decisions without constantly second guessing yourself. I did that for years, so I understand what that's. You may communicate more effectively in difficult situations. You may become aware of how you respond under pressure. You may actually discover how to use technology without losing the human connection that makes leadership meaningful. This is not becoming a different person. It's about becoming more of yourself, more confident, more intentional about using the abilities that you already have. You will have a place where you can keep moving forward. Many people do not lack ability. They actually lack something called momentum. They have a book they want to write. They have a business they want to start, a message they've been dying to share, a program they want to develop, a contribution they still want to make. Ideas can stay stuck in our minds for years when there's no community to encourage us to move forward, no encouragement to develop ourselves, grow ourselves, and become more than we ever thought we could. Being a part of this group can provide the rhythm and connection that you need to move forward. Each month, we'll have a reason to pause and ask, what am I working towards? What decisions do I need to make? Where am I holding back? What support or connection do I need? You will be around people who are always growing, building, and becoming. What matters, and that matters because sometimes we borrow courage from people around us. You see, we weren't meant to go alone. We weren't meant to stand alone, and we weren't meant to grow alone. We see someone else taking a step, and we begin to believe, you know what, maybe I can do that. Maybe I can take the next step. We hear someone else share an idea and it sparks something inside of us. Oh, I could use it in this way in my business. You never know what you're going to get from other people. And that's why I believe encouraging is a leadership strategy. One we'll work on developing together. Encouragement does not simply make people feel better. It gives them the power they need to move forward and make those decisions active. Your contribution will help shape something meaningful. There's another important difference between being a member and a founding leader. Members participate in what exists. Founding leaders help determine what can exist. The first 24, as I said, will help establish the culture of this community. Together, will help answer questions such as, what conversations do we as leaders need right now? What kind of programs would create a greater impact? What kind of resources would help people who need to move forward? How can we create an opportunity in the community for members to contribute their gifts and share them? How can this community support causes and people who are beginning a new chapter? You will have a seat at the table while all those answers are being developed. Years from now, when the organization has grown, I want the first 25 founding leaders to be able to say, I was there when it began. I helped shape this organization. You know what? I really feel that my ideas matter. I helped to create opportunities for people who came after me. There's something powerful about being a part of the beginning. So, will you receive benefits reserved for the first 25? Founding leaders will also receive recognition created specifically for the first group, benefits that are created for the first group. And these will include some things like early access to new courses, books, workshops, certificates, events, and speaking opportunities. Yes, speaking opportunities. There will be those different be doing speaking seminars, we will be doing events, and you get first offer. You also get preferred pricing on the programs, workshops, retreats, and future summits. A personalized founding member certificate, a digital badge, recognition on a Human Leadership Advantage website, and at future events, with your permission, of course. Access to the Founding Leader Roundtable monthly Ask Debra office hours, opportunities to share your knowledge, or spotlight your work, and build relationships with other leaders. But I want to be clear, the greatest value will not be the badge, certificate, or discount. The greatest value will be who you meet, what you learn from each other, what you contribute, and who you become in the process. This is about your next chapter. Maybe you're listening and thinking, I've already accomplished a great deal. And that may well be true, but accomplishment does not mean you're finished. Doesn't mean you don't have growth and places to go. Maybe you spent much of your life helping other people succeed. And now you're thinking, I'm ready to invest in my own next chapter, my own self, my own business. Maybe you have a message inside you that needs a larger platform. Maybe you want your experience to become part of your legacy that you leave. Maybe you simply want to be around positive, purposeful people who are still growing and share their knowledge with each other. You do not have to know exactly what your next chapter looks like. And no, you're never too old or too young. Remember that before you join us. Sometimes clarity will come after you step into the right room. This room is the room I'm creating with the first 25 members. Your next opportunity may come through a relationship that you meet from someone you've never met before. Your next idea may emerge in a conversation you haven't had yet. And your next level of confidence may begin when someone finally says, I see what is in you. I believe it's time other people need to see that too. Here's my invitation to you. I'm not asking everyone listening to become a founding member. The opportunity is for the person who wants to participate, contribute, connect, and grow. It's for someone who understands that leadership is not just a title. Leadership is how we use our experience, our voice, our influence, our talents, our gifts, and our humanity to make a difference in this world. I'm intentionally limiting the founding member group to 25 because I want it to remain personal. I want you to know each other's name. I want to know your name, and I want to understand who you are. I want to understand what you're building. I want to know what your hopes are, what your fears are, and what your needs are. And I want to create something really meaningful together. So if this is something you're sitting there saying, I want to know more, don't ignore that feeling. Just don't ignore it, because I'm not asking you to make an immediate decision based on one podcast. I'm inviting you to have a conversation with me. Let's talk about where you are, what you want for your next chapter, and whether becoming a founding member is right for you and for me. This may be an opportunity to grow your confidence. It may be an opportunity to build new relationships. And it may open the door to greater visibility, collaboration, learning, and leadership. But perhaps most important, it may give you a place where your voice, experience, and ideas are genuinely valued. You have spent enough time, so important, enough time waiting for someone to give you permission. You have spent enough time wondering whether your experience still matters. I'm telling you right now, you have permission, and it does. Experience you can bring to the table can change others' lives. And perhaps this is the moment to stop watching from the sidelines and help build what comes next. My program, the Human Leadership Advantage, is not only about preparing people and leaders for the future, it's also about making certain that humanity stays powerful and that its voice is shaping that future. So I'm looking for, again, first 25. We already have one, so 24, who want to help lead this work. If you believe that is you, reach out, schedule a conversation with me. Come with your questions. Come with your ideas. Come exactly as you are, but ready to grow. Your voice, your experience, your next chapter matters. And I would be honored to explore whether your name belongs among our first 25 leaders. Until next time, I want you to keep learning, keep growing, and never forget. You see, technology may change the workplace, but human leadership will determine the future. Before I close, I also want to add a special invitation for women listening who are 50 and above. If you have reached that place in your life where you are asking, what do I want now? What could my next chapter be? Or you just want to join with other women for a renewing time. Girls Just Want to Be Free retreat in Virginia Beach is exactly what you're looking for. Me and Carla Coates are putting on this retreat, and it's for women who have spent years caring for other people, meeting expectations, carrying responsibilities, and being the person everyone else can depend on. It's time to create a space for you, a relaxation, a time of rebooting. This will be an opportunity to step away from your normal routine, reconnect with yourself, build meaningful relationships with other women, and have fun. Just imagine sitting on a beach in Virginia Beach with the ocean splashing in front of you and letting your thoughts, your body, your mind relax. Think of having a dance party and having fun, eating that popcorn and watching a movie. It's time for a reboot for many of us. Most of us are exhausted. You need to remember your most meaningful chapter may still be waiting for you to write it. So step back a bit and let some of the new ideas flow. If you are really interested and would like some information about the retreat, reach out to me or follow the registration link included in this episode. Whether you are interested in becoming one of our first 25 leaders, joining us at the retreat, or simply learning more about what I do and what's going on, I would love to have that time with you, that 20-minute talk. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing, keep remembering. Technology may be the workplace, but human leadership will determine the future. And ladies, life after 50 isn't about the end of your story. It's about the next chapter. It may be the moment you finally give yourself permission to live and use your gifts like you were always meant to do. Well, I hope this has resounded with you. And if it has, give yourself permission to have a 20-minute talk with me. There's no obligation. I'm not hard sales because I don't want to pressure anybody into this group. I want people, men and women, who want to grab a hold of their future, learn from each other, grow together powerfully. There will be many opportunities for you. So if this is resounding with you, please, please come and book a 20-minute and talk to me about it. Thank you so much. Have an incredible day.